a holiday animation with the words Fireside Chats. Annette Reichman is on screen using ASL.
Welcome to our second annual Fireside Chat. What a year we have had. I don't think we ever could have looked ahead and guessed what we would be facing. At first, it seemed overwhelming, but through collaboration and good use of resources, we can say we have been successful.
Kristen Rex appears on screen with an interpreter.
Yes, everything is different. Not only the way we work, but the way we shop, the way we see family and friends, the way we eat, the way we spent the holidays, everything. Some people say they were ready to say goodbye to 2020 for months now. But we do ourselves a disfavor if we don't look at all the great things we've accomplished.
I agree. I am so proud of our staff. They have really met the challenges head on. In our chat, we are going to share some of the good things that happened this year. Kristen, will you start?
Thank you. Yes. As you know, we collaborated with Mindfulness First to create videos that we sent to all staff. The first video addressed trauma and social emotional learning, and the second, Introduction to Mindfulness. Staff were given the opportunity to use this as professional development and gave feedback on what they learned and what they would do with this information. Dan Brown shared some of their responses, and they were powerful. Here's a summary of some of those responses. Staff have been teaching students how to self-regulate with breathing techniques, helping them to see that it is a good time to take time to do that, and it isn't a punishment. Staff also see the value of using these techniques in working with students who have difficulty with transitions. Some started using daily emotional checks, especially when teaching online. We know it is important to model that with our students. It is a key skill that will help them in their future. What is really heartwarming is that many staff have expressed that they want to be that trusted adult for their students. And we've heard statements like, I can be that person. I can be that caring adult in their life. Whether you're a teacher or not, you make a difference.
That's great to hear. There are many more videos to come, and we hope they will find them as meaningful. We've received feedback from all departments, and they let us know some specific things that made them proud and warmed their hearts. Our transportation staff stepped out of their comfort zones and faced challenges with positivity, smiles, and laughter, and they really enjoyed the children. One preschooler excitedly showed everyone her new shoes, new backpack, and new hair bow. Staff said she is always excited to go to school, and it is contagious. That's one thing that is okay to be contagious. During the school closure, when transportation staff were delivering meals, they saw that people were still willing to care for others. Some parents would decline meals for their children and ask that they be given to other students in need. That kindness wasn't just seen in the adults. There were 2 young elementary students who got off the bus and started walking. When the boy's face mask fell off, the girl picked it up and helped him put it on. She could have kept walking, but she wanted to help. Her kindness was noticed by our staff.
That must have been really touching to see. Here's a report from Early Learning that will tug at your heart as well. The entire Early Learning team, birth to 3 and preschool, has worked very hard and has been very flexible in meeting the needs of the students. Staff transitioned to online learning almost seamlessly. When it was time for preschool to return to in-person, once again, staff put aside their fears and got to work cleaning, sanitizing, organizing, and preparing to teach in person again. When welcoming back the little ones 7 months later, the most memorable moment was that first contact. Children were beaming as they stepped off the bus. Parents were trying to hold their kids back from tackling the staff, running full at them, wanting to give them bear hugs. And instead of a sad first day of school tears, there were tears of joy, happy to be back with their longtime friends. And behind all of this success was our staff. Their loyalty, grit, and ability to continue to create magic under the most difficult of circumstances truly makes us proud.
We're seeing a common theme: staff doing what they need to do for the benefit of the students. That's true of business services as well. You can't teach children if you don't pay staff and you don't pay the bills. While business services has changed some of their processes due to the pandemic, they are proud that they have been able to continue their core services without interruption. In IT, the team worked together distributing equipment, even giving up their devices for teachers so they could teach during the school closures, shipping devices to homes and walking staff through setups. The switch to Google was timely, as now staff have access to their data when working with students remotely.
We are excited to see an increase in overall collaboration between all the co-ops and an increased awareness of our distance itinerant service program. Our new director of itinerant services, Jay Johnson, was working with a special education director late into the evening one night to find a way for a student who's visually impaired and deaf to be able to participate with their classmates online. They figured out a way to use Zoom and Google Meet at the same time for the interpreter and the student. Jay then followed up with training for that staff of that district. The Southeast region received a heartwarming letter from a family whose child received services from them. They are overwhelmingly pleased with the transition to online learning and wanted to thank all those involved in their child's education. They described this team as awesome, phenomenal, intuitive, and masterful. This really shows that each student matters.
Wow, that had to feel really good to receive that letter. The entire Blind Programs team showed how passionate they are about our staff, students, and their families. They quickly adapted to the needs of the new teaching environment and were flexible and creative, ensuring that all students across the state had assistive technology devices and Braille materials so that they could participate in their classes. they didn't want even one child to be without. One major theme that has emerged across deaf programs in the times of COVID is an opportunity for interpreters to work together in new and different ways. As lead interpreter Julie Peters explained, the ability to pool resources and engage cross-categorically has been tremendous for my growth personally and professionally. It has provided me a better insight into agency workings and team dynamics. Most importantly, it has provided me the opportunity to work with an amazing set of interpreters when historically that was a rare occurrence. This collaboration has inherently improved my skill set in terms of interpreting, soft skills, and technical skills. The support I feel in this department is something I am beyond grateful for, and I feel fortunate to be a part of it.
We have many strengths within our agency, and it's good to see staff that are learning from each other. I'd also like to share some of the school's perspective. There's been so much good that it's difficult for our principals to single out just one specific thing that their campus has done that really stood out. They have been amazed daily as they continue to navigate this year. The past 10 months have shown that our campus communities are strong, resilient, and committed to our students. All the staff have rolled up their sleeves and learned how to effectively work with students, whether it's online, in person, or hybrid. Staff are going above and beyond to problem solve and provide the education that our students desperately need. These are challenging times, but they know that when they band together, they can continue to do whatever's best for kids. The assistant principals mentioned a couple of interactions with students that really impressed them. Keep in mind that adults aren't the only ones under stress. Kids are too. We might expect behavior to be more of a challenge. One student has typically struggled with behavior, and since the beginning of school has been unable to admit wrongdoing or to discuss the behavior. It took persistence, consistency, caring, and continued efforts by 3 staff members working as a team, and they finally had a breakthrough. Another example, one of our assistant principals was walking by the playground and saw one of the high school students working as a teacher's aide for the 2nd grade. The high school student was telling the 2nd graders to play nice and to be kind. He was very genuine with the students, and they were able to see him as a great role model.
That makes you feel like everything you've been doing has been worth it. We know there are many, many more stories we could tell, and we encourage you to tell each other the highlights of your year. Thank you all for all you do. Thank you for your work, your passion, your creativity, and your determination.
What will next year hold for us? Whatever it is, we know we're up for the challenge. We know what it takes to make it work. Don't you feel that way? If we can get through this year, we can get through anything.
We wish you all a refreshing break from school. We hope you rejuvenate, take care of yourselves, and take time for family and friends in creative ways that keep everyone safe, so you can come back healthy and ready to make a difference again next year.
A holiday animation appears of 2 wreaths wrapped around the ASDB logo. Text appears. Have a happy holiday. Powered by ASDB Media. Copyright 2020, Arizona State Schools for the Deaf and the Blind. All rights reserved.